Welcome back for another video. The Roundup is a series on this channel that arms you with useful information to take into each game week to arrive at better decisions. This includes the top players for predicted points, the bookies odds, transfer trends and more. An accumulation of smaller but correct decisions can have a significant impact over the course of the season. Just before we jump in, today's video is sponsored by OneFootball, which is a free app on both iOS and Android. A link to the app's at the top of the description. From an FPL perspective, I recommend giving it a try, not just because it supports the channel, but it's a genuinely good app for its features such as the lineups, live scores, goal scorers, assists, news and more. When you first open the app, it'll ask you which team is your favourite, or if you don't have one you can simply skip the step. You can also favourite competitions such as the Premier League. Thank you again to OneFootball. To download the app, simply hit the link at the top of the description. Enjoy the video. We'll start with the Goalscorer Odds, and the odds given are always based on the assumption that the player starts, and this is sometimes not the case. Top of the Goalscorer Odds this game week is Harry Kane for the game against Norwich, where he's been given a 50% chance of scoring any time. It was one of the main fixtures that caught our eye when some of us moved for Spurs assets. That said, they've improved defensively recently, and over the last 4 game weeks Norwich have an XG conceded of 5.1, which ranks mid-table. Salah is second with a 46% chance of scoring away against Wolves. He netted twice against Everton on Wednesday, which puts him on 13 goals, 9 assists for 22 goal involvements in just 14 games. Ronaldo is third this week for the match against Crystal Palace off the back of a brace against Arsenal, and it'll be Rangnick's first official game in charge. It's tough to see Ronaldo playing all games in December, but perhaps he'll be able to make up for any limited minutes considering the fixture run. Elsewhere, Foden, Jesus and Sterling from Man City all make the top 10 for a good looking away game against Watford, who are still yet to keep a clean sheet all season. José and Mane have both been in good form recently, but picking either of them for the armband over Salah looks an incredibly bold decision. Onto the clean sheet odds, and Man City are top this game week with a 52% chance given for the away game against Watford. City have 8.79 expected goals conceded for the season and just 11 big chances conceded, which are both the best in the league. Reguilon's been a popular pick in recent game weeks, and he did well last game week assisting Son's goal and keeping a clean sheet. Owners will be hoping for another clean sheet for the Norwich game. Chelsea and Man United have both been given a 42% chance of a clean sheet. Reece James, Rudiger and Alonso are all popular picks in that Chelsea defence, however James missed the last game with a suspected ankle injury. Southampton have been given a 31.5% chance against Brighton, so Livramento is a feasible option to start or first on your bench. Watford are rock bottom this week with just an 8.5% chance of a clean sheet for the City game. Just in front of them are Wolves and Norwich for their games against Liverpool and Tottenham respectively. On to the top predicted points for Gameweek 15, and the train continues as Salah leads the way with 7.2 predicted points. However, Son and Kane are in second and third for the game against Norwich. Son took up good positions versus Brentford and got his goal in their 2-0 win. Kane owners will no doubt be frustrated and disappointed by his blank, however he's an easy hold for Gameweek 15 and then new options like Ronaldo could emerge. Ronaldo and Trent both have 5.5 predicted points. In Ronaldo's case, he faces Crystal Palace at home off the back of a brace against Arsenal. Bruno Fernandes is another United asset to monitor. He was a fantastic FPL asset last season, and he also scored in Gameweek 14 with an excellent run of games ahead. On to the most transferred players, and heading into Gameweek 15, over 370,000 have already picked up Dennis from Watford. He's only 5.4 and has the second most attacking returns after Salah among all players, and he's the second top scoring forward after Vardy. Both him and King look like outstanding value picks for the run of games Watford have after Gameweek 15. Jota continues to appear in the top 10 each week, and over 260,000 have brought him in, and he now has 4 goals in his last 3 games. If Bernardo Silva can hold down his spot, or at least get consistent minutes, then he may emerge as the best route into that Man City attack for the fixture run City have. 76,000 have picked up Watkins, who isn't a player we've discussed much this season. He's got 3 goals in his last 5, and he could be flying under the radar, especially considering the wide array of underperforming forwards, and many of us are looking for new options. Antonio is the most sold player this game week, with over 220,000 having shifted him on already. In the opening 3 game weeks, Antonio scored 40 points, and in the 11 game weeks since, he scored just 26 points. Reece James is also among the most sold after missing Gameweek 14 with a reported ankle injury. If it's just a 1 week injury, then there's a case to be made for keeping hold. Chilwell, Cresswell and Foden have all been out of injury and appear in the top 10 sold. We saw Bernardo Silva among the most transferred in, so perhaps many managers are making the Man City switch. We'll finish the roundup as always with the Captaincy Poll results. Thanks to everyone who voted on the poll on our Discord. If you'd like to join, the link is in the description. The results are in and they are as follows. Salah gets 81% of the vote this week, and once again our poll indicates that you'll have to be brave to bet against the Egyptian, who currently sits at an all-time record ownership. Kane comes in second, who has the Norwich fixture we discussed, and it could be his last chance in many teams before a switch to a player such as Ronaldo. Son comes in third with 4.5% of the vote, followed by Ronaldo on 3.4%. Elsewhere, very few votes for other picks. Trent, Jota, James, Alonso, Mane, Cancelo, Bruno and Bernardo Silva all getting a few votes each. Thank you for watching this Gameweek's episode of the Roundup. If you found it useful, please hit like to support the channel and hit subscribe if you're not already. I read every comment, so as always I'm keen to hear your thoughts.